I've been playing Rogue and games like it since the 80s. From Rogue to Zogban to Azure Dreams, I went on countless adventures in the land of RNG. Then, about a decade ago, gaming creators showed us that the formula found in Rogue could be applied to other types of games with mass appeal. Nowadays, we have countless roguelikes to choose from, but only the best roguelike RPGs make the cut on my list. On this show, I give each game a chance to show me what it's got. Success means that it secures a place on the Wheel of Rogue, while failure means the game is banished, never to be seen again. The stakes could never be higher. Join me as I give today's game 1 hour to impress.
Salutations! My name is Phil, aka JC Servant, the Utah Polygamist from RPGamer.com, and tonight we are giving Trials of Fire just 1 hour to impress. Yes, boys and girls, a new rogue has entered into the realm, and I must test it. Trials of Fire is an apt name given the trial we're about to put it through, and this was an early access later on, early a while back, and I had bought it. It was less than $15, so it was a pretty cheap date. Just to spend a night, I played around with it. Excuse me. I played around with it, and I enjoyed it well enough, just a little bit. Spent a couple hours in it. I don't spend a lot of time on early access stuff. Just more wanted to support than anything else because it was different. It was turn-based, and I love turn-based. Um, it has officially hit 1.0 status as of yesterday. So, as we can see down here in the details, Trials of Fire was actually released on February 9th. I'm sorry, April 9th. April 9th. The day's April 10th, according to my watch. So, I'm 1 day late on this. Developed and published by Wallboy Games. You can get this for $15.99 on Steam. Um, I don't think it's on sale for 10.79. I think I forgot to update that. It's like 14 and change right now, if I'm not mistaken. I'll double check that real quick. I might not have updated that price correctly. Trial of Fire. It's actually Trials of Fire. I don't know why I keep calling it Trial of Fire. Um, Great. It doesn't even want to pull up on Steam. That's hilarious. It is Trials of Fire. I can't even get it to pull up on the shop. Trials of Fire. These poor guys. You like literally look up Trials of Fire and you don't find it. It wants to pull up Trials of Cold Steel. Oh, poor Trials of Fire. That's not fair to them. Yeah, that I just I have no words to describe why they wouldn't just pull up on a search. That can't help their sales out any. Anyways, it is $15.99 on sale for $14.39 currently on Steam. So, with that being said, we're going to get into it. We're going to show you the introduction and just jump into the game. As always, the standard disclaimers apply here in case you have never seen the show before. In 1 hour to impress, I give roguelike games 1 hour to impress me. Or if they don't impress me, I just kick them out because I got too many things to play. Uh, they I have been through the tutorials and gotten at least familiar enough with the game to get through the basics. So uh, we will be jumping into the middle of a game that I had just started to get through those things, but haven't gotten very far in it at all. We are going to go in fresh, and we'll show you the opening cutscene as we get this guy going here. So here we go. And here we go. Let's load up Trials by Fire and let you guys watch the introduction here. Oh, great. I'm sorry. I accidentally hit a button. I am not having a very good evening tonight. 1 second. Let's try this one more time. I can't win tonight, guys. I really can't. I've had more technical issues tonight than the last month combined. Let's watch the intro. Your turn indeed, because Trials of Fire is in fact a turn-based game as well as being a roguelike here. And so we have some options here to start over or to start at the beginning or whatever. You do have a combat tutorial, some statistics, codex options, all this other jazz. And then when you choose your adventure, you have some different options here. I'm not completely familiar with all these because, like I said, I kind of go through the tutorials, played a little bit to make sure I'm kind of familiar with the basic mechanics, and then we do 1 hour to impress. So I have not played through these different the different things. But you have Trial by Fire, Water Gem, God. Trial by Fire seems to be like the default mode, like a standard run, very randomized. You have Water Gem, which is retrieve a living world relic to help save your dying people, which seems to be like an adventure here. God's Story seems to be like a longer adventure. And then there's a daily challenge, um, which has some modifiers to it. And then there's this seasonal thing that's called Neon's Rampage. I'm not familiar with that. It looks very interesting. I like seasonal stuff in other games, so I'm not really sure what that's about. And then you get to choose. So we're going to do trial. We'll do for this hour to impress. We'll do Trial of Fire, and we'll try to make it a short run and see how far we can get on a short run. Let's see here. Do a short Trial of Fire. Now, you could pick different party members if I had them unlocked. So there is some things you gotta do to unlock these guys. That's weird. Proving or tuning items. You think I would have done this already? Because I've played this a little bit through the tutorial, so I've done a few of this stuff, but anyways, Trial of Fire, short. And we can begin our journey. The settlement of Terrellin is dying. You must track down the settlement's leader, Naya, who has ventured into the grasslands in search of a powerful artifact but has not been heard of from in weeks. Continue. So this is the old overworld map here. And oh yeah, you gotta have unlocks here. Chaos, right? Lots of unlocks. Okay. So you've got this overworld here, and you got an arrow kind of pointing in the general direction. And one of the things we learned in getting through the tutorial and getting familiar with the game is that there is this determine feature here, and if your party starts to lose morale, then you'll start getting debuffs. And the way you keep the morale high is to keep heading in the general direction. So you can't spend forever just doing random events to level up your characters. These are of course different events that you can engage in. We'll engage in a couple right now and get this party started. Among the petrified trees, you see a rattling fletching, testing out a number of different lodestone arrows on 2 targets roughly 10 feet apart. Approach and offer to pay for lodestone arrows. Try to take her out with a well-placed arrow. Yeah, we don't care about our rattlings. Wrestling tries to select, but the arrow misses. Mark nevertheless. Rattling decides not to chance her luck and flees in haste. You get everything she left behind. Oh, I still got stuff. So we got some food and then we got an item. And we should talk about items real quick. So let's go to our character sheet here. So items, when you equip them, essentially, most items will equip a card into your deck. So the better the item, the better card or cards. This one actually gives you 2 cards. Ricochet Shot, target a space with an obstacle to perform a range attack 3 to 6 against a random enemy target with line of sight to that space. Interesting. Sleep Dart, range attack 2 for every 2 damage dealt. Suffer fatigue. Okay, that sounds interesting. So we'll put that into his hand. And now he has 2 more cards in his deck. You also notice that all characters have 10 out of 10 base hit points. The armor is like temporary hit points above that. This is, if you played Persona Q, it's a similar mechanic. Basically, the hit points you have above in the shield here are temporary hit points. So when he goes into battle, he'll have 12 hit points. The first 2 hit points don't really count, right? But if he takes like 4 hit points, then he'll go down to 8 out of 10, and that's permanent. As long as he only takes 1 or 2 points, though, the damage won't be permanent. So roguelikes are very big into their permanent damage. Okay, whoops. Go back to Overworld here. We're going to head down. But we'll do this other side thing over here too. You're approached by Shrew Ratling, an oversized finery. He sizes up your group. Claims to be looking for a group to help her retrieve an investment from an uncooperative humans. Agree to help her recover debt from the humans. Hard battle. You get some gold. You get to shop. Ignore requests and look for a marketplace. After continuing into town proper, you find many stalls selling useful goods. So you can buy these with money. I have to find food is helpful, so I'll buy some food. Okay, we'll check this one out. It's only a couple more hexes away. A group of charred move around a great symbol of 9 points dark covered to the earth in a dance, all while staring at the sun. You watch from a distance, and the sun sets as they leave quietly in a single fog column. Malkin scours the site for anything useful, and you find this shiny little symbol. Free money. So we could go over there, but that would take a lot of extra time. We're still pretty fresh, so we're going to keep heading in the direction. You really want to stay focused on this arrow. You don't want to do too much sightseeing. As our freshness goes down, eventually we're going to need to rest somewhere, preferably in a ruins or a settlement. So we could go to this over here and then come to this over here. You come across the skeletal remains of a creature. You spot a burrow opening nearby. It looks large enough to crawl into. 33% chance for food. 33% chance for some health damage and some food. Yeah, sure. Let's see what happens. Rastin squeezes the burrow, carrying a mischief torch. He continues around a slight bend. And, oh no, did he get some food? I don't think he got some food or some damage, so I think nothing happened. Okay, so now we're starting to get tired. So we're going to start getting fatigue cards. So let's try to head over here to this camp. You approach a large monolithic rock with a dozen different color things. Something catches your eyes about 20 feet up. Do you want to attempt to scale the cliff? You got a 25% chance for a battle and some gold, 25% for some damage. I'm going to decide not to risk it. That's a lot. I just want to rest. So when you rest, if you have enough upgrade parts, you can try to upgrade one of your items. We don't. If you have certain things, you can heal your injuries, you can meditate, or you can just rest to recover 30% of your stamina and get +2 to health. And that's what we're going to do. Okay, so our stamina's up to fresh. Okay, we can do that again if we want to get it back up a little bit more and fill up the rest of that green bar, which is pretty much what I want to do, but that does use an extra food. How's it going? Yeah, just started a new run. This is second. Well, we did one as a tutorial and stuff, and now we're playing this for the 1 hour to impress show to see if this game can impress us in an hour. So we got 50 minutes left. So you came at a good time. We're pretty close to beginning. You come across a well-armed hybrid corpse, half buried in the rock. As Rastin approaches, the ground underneath begins to give way. The ground itself burned and brittle. Grab a hold of Rastin before they fall further. Make sure you save the corpse and its equipment. injury, health damage, epic reward. Let's just try to grab a hold of him. Okay, so we basically save him, but no loot and rewards for us. How rude. Settlement. You enter a settlement, immediately hear commotion ahead. You clean your pace, spot several ratlings with weapons drawn, forcing a column of human people to turn over their possessions. So you can confront the ratlings, which we'll do because we don't want them stealing from the humans, and we'll have to fight some rat people here. Which is funny because we kind of saw this in our first run, so we're already seeing some regurgitation of events. A common problem with these roguelikes is when they just don't have enough different events. All right, so here's the combat, and each of your characters gets 3 cards from their deck, which is partly determined by what items they're equipping. And this is your power points up here, and a lot of these cards, you can tell the numbers at the top require that many power points to activate. You can discard cards to feed the pool. Some cards, like this one, move to and gain a willpower is what it's called. Can get you a willpower and let your character move around at the same time. That's your wizard person, so don't really want them running around too much. Or have the wizard just bank her cards. Now, if you bank the willpower and you don't use it, the person will get the points in defense and basically like blocking. So that's always a nice thing to do. Each time you play a range card, you gain 1 willpower, so 1 more juice every time you play a range card. So that's always a good thing to have. And so my range character, when I'm mousing over his ranged attacks, you can see that the enemy that's light up in green is the enemy he has a line of sight to. So I've got a clear power shot there. I've got 2 power shot cards, each cost 2. I have 1 energy, so I need 4 energy. So I can sacrifice all the warrior's cards to basically fuel those. Oh, actually, I forgot that when he fires a card, he gets an energy back anyways. So yeah. So he gets an energy back anyways. And then she can dispose of one of her cards, the warrior lady can. And she can either use it to move or she can keep it as extra, blocking. Since these guys are bowmen, they're going to shoot her anyways. Probably keep it as blocking. So now they're going to take their turn. There's a range attack 1. Okay. Let's see here. 1, 2. There's this big thing in the way for anybody to hit anybody in there. Yeah, I can't get within 3 range anyways. It's very rude. One of the nice things is when you move around, you can easily see where you get line of sight. So there's no real guesswork involved. Like, gosh, I wonder if I can shoot an arrow and hit him if I'm over here. This ricochet shot comes from that new item we just equipped. Target an obstacle, and you'll target like one of those obstacles right here, and you'll hit a random enemy for a lot of damage, just like that. Very helpful. I can still shoot him for a bit. She's not going to be able to get very far anyways. So we'll go ahead and just defend. And turn it on over to the enemy. Okay. Prepare. Swipe. So he's got no range attacks this turn. That's not a that's not a good thing. Okay, try to get our warrior up as close as we can. powers are essentially buffs. So defend 2 after performing a melee attack. She'll get 2 more defense whenever she performs a melee attack. The 5 there means if she takes 5 points of damage, that debuff wears off. Just hate enemies that are ranged because you have to work your way over to them. It's very rude. Now, anything below 10 is permanent, kind of permanent damage, so I'm okay with her taking more damage because she's still got 13. She's weak from exhaustion, so that's a wasted card in her hand, essentially. Let's see here. If he could move over to line of sight, then he can throw his Captain America shield. That'll finish off that enemy. We can now level up a character. When you level up a character, you basically can upgrade their cards by, you know, kind of like Slay the Spire. Like this one will do 1 more damage. Or you can replace it with a different card. One of these are considered basic class cards, and you can replace it with one of these other ones. Whenever deals 1 damage to Stormcon. If you play a card that deals damage, deal 2 magic damage and inflicts shock to a random enemy within 4 spaces. Ooh, that seems pretty cool. What do we have here? Every time you play a card that deals magic damage, get 1 willpower. Yeah, that's a good one. That helps. I'm a big fan of upgrades that reduce cost. We got some new armor there, so we should take a look at who that can help. With the pile of belongings seized from the humans in possession of their ratlings, there's quite a bit of loot. Give the belongings back to the humans. There were some useful items. There's even talk of renaming this town in your honor. So we're still pretty fresh. I'm not exactly sure why we were getting exhausted. Maybe there was an enemy card because we were fresh. It's kind of rude, really. And if we take a look, now we have some new armor. Pull all enemies within range 3 and then defend per adjacent enemy. That sounds like a tanking card. So we'll go ahead and put that armor on our tank. And you can see that it actually increased her little shield here, so she's going to get 5 extra hit points in battle. Let's see, because he dipped below 10, he now has permanent damage. So he's down to 9. Move 5, then draw a card. Sprint. Well, let's see here. Move 5, draw 1 willpower at the start of your turn. Prepare. Move 5, then draw a card. Ooh. 1 more armor. Ooh, that's a tough one. What is she using? Gain 1 willpower at the start of your turn. Prepare. I think I'd go ahead and give that to him. That's a tough call, though. It really is. Alright. Back to the map here. Our objective is right there. Let's go ahead and check out these other... Whoops. Check out this other civilization. You approach a small settlement at night. As a violent storm gathers overhead as you approach, Riston points out that the settlement appears to be under attack from a group of human marauders. Help fend off the attackers, despite the storm. Some battles will take place under harsh environmental conditions. Place close attention by mousing over the effect. At the end of your turn, lightning will hit, doing 3 magic damage to all characters in the indicated area. Oh, that sounds special. That very much sounds special. And of course, he can't get line of sight on any of these jokers. Lovely. Let's see here. All attacks deal +1 damage. That's a no-brainer. Let's have you move to the front. Let's have him move down here so he has a better line of sight. Ricochet takes 2. Let's see here. Every time you play a card that deals damage, gain 1 willpower. That's always a good one. Okay, can he ricochet shot now? Yeah, ricochet shot. I like that ricochet shot. It keeps those things from being too much of a problem. Oh, I see red areas. Red area's bad. Oh, gotta get out of the red areas. Tutorial told me red areas are bad. Ugh. Red area is very bad. Ugh, and I got nowhere I can shoot him either. Three magic damage if you stay in there. That's so bad. Let's see here. But she can get 3 damage in all these guys in an area. So that would be worth it. Sure. Sure, if we move her up here and risk our mage being in the front, why not? So we'll sacrifice a card so she can get 2 movement. Then we're going to put her right here and use her blast card. So that she can do that. And then we need to sacrifice somebody else's card. So she can do it again. That's actually pretty funny. I mean, not funny for them, but you know. Can't do anything because of line of sight there. When the environment is your biggest enemy, look at all those lightning bolts. That was scary. Yeah, you go ahead and defend, buddy boy. You're gonna need to defend yourself. Let's see. Every time you play a card that deals magic points, gain 1 willpower. Yeah, we like those. Melee attack. I need to replace those melee attack. Magic attack 2 to target within 3 spaces. Not a lot of damage there. Wild swing, 4 to 7 damage would be good. Melee attack 4, sleep dart, range attack 4, or sprint, drops. There we go. Get him over here. Do a ranged attack. Do a sleeping dart. Still not enough to kill Pumpkin. Hit him with a magic missile. There we go. And there we go. All done. Get her done. Blow to the head. Melee attack 5. The target discards a random active power. Bow knives. Move 3. Random ranged attack. Random range attack 2. I'm not really sure what random range attack is, but sellers are grateful and offer to trade you some of their goods. So again, food, I just, when I did my first run through trying to figure this stuff out, food constantly came up as an issue. Wooden glove and a metal sword. Okay. We're just going to buy this last card. The last food. It's all about the food. Okay. So we have this guy's ready to level up here. Lineup. Move 2, gain 1 willpower, and your next attack this turn deals +1 damage. Ooh, that is very nice. It's definitely better than that. All range attacks deal +2 damage. Ooh, that's nice. Boy. Oh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I like that. Yeah, let's take that. I'm a sucker for buffing up his damage. Let's see here. Do. Okay. So we have these knives here. Move 3, random attack 2. I don't know what the random ranged attack means, though. Strike through. Melee attack 3, ranged attack 2 also hits anyone behind the target. That doesn't actually come too often. Let's just try these and see what happens. Okay. She can have another weapon. Why not? Armor 2. Gain 1 willpower. Defend 2 after performing a melee attack. Well, we're not doing that with the wizard. Let's go ahead and go down here. You enter the ruins of a healthy-looking living world town before you have time to search. You're confronted by a large armed band of ratlings who claim their site as their own. You need the spoils as much as they do. Try and negotiate with splitting the loot. We'll try negotiating. He's resistant first, but I'll convince him that if I doesn't help any one of you out. So yeah, we got some food. Deal 2 damage to an enemy with no defense, or 2 damage to a friendly within 1 space, gain 3 willpower. Ooh, that sounds horrible. Okay, last town here. Upon investigating a commotion, you found a mob of rattling thugs surrounding a figure on the floor. They're viciously attacking, goring what used to be human traders. Come and look for his goods. Leave the group and continue to on the marketplace. Try to help out the humans. As Malkin approaches the group, one of the rattlings turns and barks a warning, "Stay out of this." The surrounding rattling crowd watches you warily. Leave the human to his fate. You're not looking for a fight. Intervene in the man's behalf, although this will almost certainly turn violent. The beguiled human thanks you for aid, but warns that some of the rattlings will almost certainly be back with reinforcements. Oh, I'm sure there's nothing that could come wrong. Oh, guess we will have to fight. We will, in fact, have to fight. Okay. Let's see here. We'll move. Try to get our lady warrior up here in the front. Oh, pilgrim lamb chops. Oh, there we go. Gonna have some lamb chops tomorrow night, boys. We do like our lamb chops. Oh, yeah. Okay. Give him a little fatigue in his deck. We're not going to be doing that, so let's shoot him again. All right. That's how we do our first turn. Let's see what they do. Gonna move up and defend, it looks like. Probably won't help them all that much. Magic attack 2. I think that was pretty funny. And let's see. All attacks deal 1 point extra of damage. We always like that. So that taunt pulls them in and gives you extra defense. So that's always nice. Let's see here. Gonna bring him over here. Target is faced with an obstacle. Oh, this is the obstacle shot. Line of sight of that space. Oh, there we go. Ricochet. We're out of juice. So we'll go ahead and just defend. Busenheimer, I can't see the screen. Okay, all range attacks deal extra damage. We like that. Melee attack 6, always beautiful. Need a lot of power points to pull all this stuff off. That's a big problem. That's how you do 6 points right there. You still got like 1 point left. He's clinking for 1 point of damage against my warrior lady. That's not going to end well for him. Okay. Alright, so she can level up now. Savage will melee attack 6. Enemies cannot perform combos on their next hit. So this does 6, and for 2, and for 3, this does 3 to 6. I'm like, yeah, no, that's definitely a much better proposition. Minor strength potion, melee attack 8, and then push 2 spaces. Oh. Ooh, occultist robe. Oh, that looks juicy. What's this occultist robe? Seethe. Whenever you take 1 or more damage and your hand is not full, draw a card. Might. Your attacks deal bonus damage equal to the cost of previous non-move played cards. Meditation. Gain 2 willpower at the start of your turn. This card costs 1 less willpower for every power already active. Ugh. Just reading all that sounds like a headache. That just sounds like that probably wouldn't be worth it. Okay, so we're headed towards... Now, I probably should have rested there, but fresh is how much energy you have. Determined is what your morale is. I'm going to go back up here and rest. It's going to cost me a little bit, but let's rest. Meditate allows us base. It essentially lets us level up a card, but it takes herbs. You got to find herbs as you're playing and whatnot. So, like I said, I personally, if it's cards I like, I'm personally a big fan of anything that can reduce the cost first. Because these cards, boy, do they cost... I mean, really, that's the problem you run into more than anything else. Every time you play a card that deals melee damage, gain 1 willpower. Yeah, that's the problem you seem to run into the most, is just, you know, just dealing with that. Okay, so now we're fully fresh. Because once your freshness gets low, man, you start running into exhaustion cards getting put into your deck. It's very rude. I'm not used to things that are moving on the screen at the same time. Ahead of you is a tall, dark, column-like structure with sharp peaks. Flickering through the stone, you take a few steps towards the air. Temperature wall falls rapidly. Your breath becomes icy. Explore the column. Health damage decision. Malkin volunteers for test. Run straight into the opening. Inside is a fire. Head up the staircase. Decision. Inside you find an ancient human man who offers to trade you a spellbook in exchange for a vial of soul-scarred blood. Agree to his demands. Give him some blood. Offer him payment instead of one of his tombs. Oh, let's give him some hit points. Who cares? He takes out a slender blade and expertly flicks a vein opening left for him, filling up a vein with blood. He reaches up to a high shelf, a little ladder, and breaks up a spellbook. I hope this serves you well in combat, he says, before insisting he has to return to his book. Rethink. Draw 2 cards. Choose a card to put on top of your deck. What do you do with the other card? Call Lightning. Deal 2 damage. I'm not sure that was really super worth it, but okay, whatevs. Take a look at our inventory here for her. And I'll give her those cards in the deck by equipping that. Okay, let's head on down to these ruins here. The ruins that Hesinu described in the writings, hoping to find her in the rebels. You pace quickens, you end up getting fight by a bunch of elves. Who cares? Lots of elves. Or just one really nasty elf. Boss enemies are among the toughest enemies you will face. A single boss will be a match for your entire party. Like elite enemies, all bosses have unique abilities. In addition, bosses have 2 additional advantages. First, they receive bonus willpower. Finally, all powers active on a boss will start with extra resilience, meaning they can take more damage before they're discarded. Good luck. At the end of the turn, create 2 illusionary copies and swap with 1 at random. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. It's a boss battle! Alright. Well. Wowzers. Let's see here. Can we call lightning on his butt? Is that a thing? Oh, what did I do? Oh. God, I said, okay, call lightning. Not enough willpower. I mean, not enough willpower. Didn't I? Oh. Dang nabbit. Wait, let me undo what I was trying to do. Let's get rid of this guy. Now, can I call lightning on? No, I can't. Alright, so get into a line of sight with advance, and then call lightning. Deal 2 damage. Inflict shock to 2 different enemy 2 different enemy random targets. I see. That might be worth saving. Oh, I can't save it. I was gonna say that'd be worth saving when he had like duplicates out, but yeah, that's not a thing. Okay, we're gonna buff up with this Deadeye here. Adrenaline. Each time you play a card, it deals melee damage, gain a willpower. That's gonna be a buff. Let's get that buff going. Now let's try to move her up a little bit further. Boss battle. Blood donation strangers. I mean, you gotta give some blood to strangers, right? Ouch. Oh, he just got rid of my buff. That's so rude. Oh my gosh, now you don't know which one of these guys is him. You don't? Luckily, you've got like this area effect spell that's going to help you a little bit. I guess those weren't him. Let's see here. Advance, move 2, gain 1 willpower. I do like the idea of putting fatigues in his deck. Not gonna lie, that's very helpful. Take a little piece off his hit points. Oh, knocked him back to my ranger. That may not have been the smartest idea in the world. Oh, that's gonna leave a mark. Oh, ouch, poor ranger. Oh, dang, Nab, that is so wrong. Wow. Tough fight, tough fight. Because now you don't know which one of these is him either. Seriously. Well, wasn't that one. Target's out of range. Magic attack 2 has to be within 3 squares. Yeah, you're not very helpful, Pumpkin. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Oh, found him. Okay, power shot, range attack 5. Ooh. Ooh, that hurt. Let's see here. Oh, it hurts so bad. So much hurt. Let's see. This is not looking good. This is, well, it's part card, part tactical, part rogue. Lots of rogue. And all brutal. Oh, I think I found where the one bad guy is at. Well, he didn't kill us that turn, but that's not very reassuring. I can tell you that much. That wasn't him. Yeah, no, this guy is mean, oh mean. Did I get him? I think I got him. Yeah, that's the real him. This is the 90s. Oh, this guy definitely can hurt. Wing smash. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, ow, ow, it hurts so much. Mommy, make it stop. Oh, I've never actually been so glad to have like a spell that accidentally hits somebody else for 1 point of damage. Seems like we found the real him. Ooh, a ricochet shot. Perfect. Because that will hit him right there. Hit him where he lives. Love it. Now, if I could just get over to Pumpkin and do an unstable blast, I think we got him. That was epic. That was a boss fight. That was a boss fight. Whew. You see, my hit points are permanently hurt from that guy. Yeah, he wasn't playing any games. Let's see here. So we got a couple level ups here. Protect. Choose a friendly character. All damage to character transfer you until the end of your next turn. Defend 3. Oh, wow. Defend 3 is always kind of worth it. Class skill. Draining strike. We're not doing those. Not doing that. Not doing that. Magic attack 3 and inflict chill on targets in the target area. Swipe, blast. Let's see here. Unstable blast. That's 3 to 4. 3 to 3. None of these are really great in my opinion. They're not. None of these are like really great uses of that much mana. Whatever. Black and Toe. Magic attack 3 inflict defenseless. May not gain defense. Nice. Burned flesh. Summon. Summons a single character for 2. Legendary item. Ooh. Oh, one of these again. Move 5, then draw a card. Draw 2 cards. The first time you play move card, you turn, draw a card, and gain 2 defense. Okay, let's take the gloves. A lot of cool stuff there. A lot of cool stuff. It appears Naya has been here. Wrestling points out some writing carved in a stone slab at the point. The writing's message following describes Naya has gone next, leaving a trail. Follow in her footsteps. You gather what you can for the surrounding ruins before continuing on. So it's giving me a whole bunch more materials and some food and some epic crafting upgrade materials. Now, I'm in the ruins. Ruins are good places to rest. I'm kind of have a little bit down my freshness. Not to mention I could really use a couple of extra hit points. It gave me a little bit, but let's get a couple more here for these guys. So resting also gives you back a couple of hit points, right? So a good time to set up camp. Go ahead and use our meditation thingy to upgrade somebody's stuff. Boop, boop, boom, ba-doop. Boop, ba-doop, ba-doop. Try to upgrade somebody who's going to like get cheaper here, but none of these cards look like they're getting really cheaper. Ooh, defend 5. Sold. You could also use this to forget a card, which actually is not really the bad idea, because with her, swipe is just about a waste of a card. It really is. Let's go ahead and rest. You're fully fresh. We're fully fresh. We get back a couple more hit points. And there we go. Okay. So that was a good boss fight. That was good. I think it's a good stopping point. We got 10 minutes left on the clock, but we got through a set of adventures there. Could find out what this guy is. He's just standing out there taunting us, huh? Let's go see what he is. We got 10 minutes left. The leader of a group approaches you and demands you hand over a goodwill payment to allow you to continue to your destination. Oh, yeah, as if. Hybrid slaver. Well, whatever. Oh. Attack magic spats within 3. 1, 2. I can't get within 3 of those if I wanted to. Gain 2. Alright, we're gonna put this, I don't know, put this one. I don't care. Alright, cantrip. Every time you play a card, you get 1 more willpower. Let's hold on to this thought for a minute. Protect. Choose a friendly character. All damage to that character is transferred to you, and you gain defense 3. Seems like a no-brainer. That's what your tanky is supposed to do. Every time you play a card does melee damage, gain 1 willpower. Also really good. Every time you play a card that does range damage, gain a willpower. I don't really see a whole lot else these guys can do. So we had to just defend the rest of those. Those books want payment after you just beat their boss. I know, right? Oh, you reeled in my tank. Just saved her the effort of having to run after him, I suppose. Well, these guys do love their defenses. I'll give them that. Ranged attack 5, melee attack 4, meh. Let's see here. She doesn't need to move up anymore, so we can bank that. Melee attack 2, then melee attack 2, meh. Melee attack 2. Oh, inflicts ice damage. Now this will be good because they just have to be lined up just like that. And that's going to give them -1 to all damage dealt, so that's probably worth it. And then we can also do that. So they just kind of line themselves up real nicely for that. It's very kind of them, really. So what do we have left here? We have two energy. The ranger generally does more damage. This one does 5. This one does 3. So that's 8 points of damage. That does... Now that takes 3 energy. So let's go ahead and get rid of that. Get ourselves some 3 energy. We got 3, 4. We have 8 damage. Maybe 2 if we're lucky, but we're not going to be lucky. So let's just go ahead and wear down one of these guys at least. Oh, I forgot. He gets energy back after using one of those attacks. So, haha. Joke's on him. Oh, those combos are kind of bad. Ouch. Starting to get into my warrior's hit points there. Okay. None of these have powers, so that's not super helpful. You know what is helpful? Finishing off this guy, but we can finish him off with this. I forget what shock does. Shocked. Each... I forget what shock does. Whenever hit by melee range attack, deals 1 status damage to all friendly targets. Oh, he basically shocks everybody else around him. Not super helpful here. I still love that ricochet shot. What did he do? He shocked himself? I think he shocked himself. Pretty sure he shocked himself. Okay, what do we have here? Cover shot. Range, attack 3. If you are adjacent to an obstacle, defend 4. That's a 2 cost, so that's super expensive. Deadeye, we got a Deadeye. Calling Wolf is kind of cool. It's really expensive, but it's kind of cool. Move to any other ally, other friendly character to defend to activate that character. Hmm. Some tough decisions there. We'll go ahead and do one of those. So, yeah, so that's kind of an overview of Trials by Fire, and yeah, yeah. So let's go ahead and wrap this up, guys. What do you think? Put in the chat what you think of giving you 1 hour to impress. Is this something you want to see more of? What'd you think of it? Now's the time to speak up or forever hold your peace about Trials of Fire. I have to say, like, I like my turn-based games. Of course, I like my card games. I think what I really like about this, though, is similar to Slay the Spire, at least the cards, you're making some decisions as you go along the way, and it's changing, how you play as you get different equipment, and and that forces different cards into your deck. I do like that it does make you feel more powerful, and it does um, change up how you might approach some of the fights. I do kind of wish, and I don't know, maybe I've just played enough yet. I hope that there's more backgrounds. Kind of feels like they're always walking over a desert with some dried ruins. I know it's such a silly thing because it's really just the overworld, but one of y'all mentioned For the King earlier, and I like how in For the King you go into different lands and they have different uh, aesthetics to them. I think that's a cool thing. Yeah, I do. I do. Do think it's cool. As we got the epic game music there on the background. Yeah. Uh, I like the art style. That's always kind of cool. The music's kind of forgettable. It's not nearly as epic as, I forget, that one roguelike we were playing that had just such epic music. Oh, it was so good. I feel like the story, I mean, they just kind of this little story setup that's really throwaway. Oh, the world is desolate. It's on fire. You're the hero that everybody looks up to. Yeah, you see, some of these roguelikes, they just can't be bothered with too much story there. It doesn't have the charm of Shira and the Wanderer, that's for sure. But it seems like I guess, the graphics are nothing to write home about. The music's nothing to write home about. The background's nothing to write home about. I think that the core, even, we've already ran into a couple of repetitive events, which is kind of disappointing. I don't understand why why they don't have like hundreds of events. They're just text anyway. At least, throw in some different ones to where you can't play for a few hours and run across some duplicates. But the combat and I think the card progression system is kind of cool. I don't think the card system feels in 1 hour anyways. I don't feel like it's quite as impressive as Slay the Spire or maybe even Monster Train, but it's up there. It seems pretty solid, sort of. Um, that boss battle was really well balanced and tough and got through by the skin of my teeth. So that was pretty cool too. So I do think that I will say for $15, it's a good deal. It's a good little game. And if you're the kind of person who likes card games, you like board games, you like roguelikes, you're getting what you pay for here and you're getting a solid value. I mean, it seems like on paper, especially with the different game modes that are there. I don't know. Again, I need to know more about them and play more into it. But on face value, it looks like that they've got a nice variety of different game modes right out of the gate. So that's impressive. So no doubt, I think if you're into these type of games and what you saw interest you, I think you probably got enough there to go ahead and make a purchasing decision for all of 14, 15 bucks. Will we see more of this on the stream? And will I put it on the Wheel of Rogue? Yeah, I think I'll put it on a trial basis. I do have to see. I will say, I think the gameplay and everything's more solid. I think it deserves a trial basis on the Rogue. I don't, unlike certain other games I played before where I just rejected them from the wheel altogether. And there's some games I feel like blow me away, and there's absolutely going to be on the wheel, like Neoverse. Neoverse is just like, oh wow, after hours, like, okay, this has got enough Slay the Spire DNA without being Slay the Spire. I got to have it on the wheel. I think Trials of Fire, we just need to see. I think the thing that could be its downfall is if it feels too repetitive, if they got too many repetitious events. I can see the charm wearing off after too long. But then again, that doesn't stop us from, when I think about it, it's not like Slay the Spire has a whole lot of variety in its randomized events either. And I think about it, it really comes down to the combat system, and if it's got the legs and the depth that something like Slay the Spire has, then you just keep playing it ad nauseum, right? Neoverse got the wheel because of the armor. Stop it! You're so bad, Chaos. For that you're staying on afterwards. We're gonna spin a wheel for you. Anyways, so my verdict is Trials of Fire is on the wheel on a probation basis, but to see if it has the legs. But I think it's got a lot of promise to it, and we definitely need to check out these other modes. So yeah. Definitely keep it tuned here. I might even play this. I know one of us needs to play this for a review, I think, or at least an impression write up at RP Gamer. So if I get the time, ha 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 ha. I still got to finish up Monster Hunter Rise. We'll see if I can get to that. Anyways, if you're watching on Twitch, hold on tight. But for those of you who are seeing this on YouTube, this has been another episode of 1 Hour to Impress with me, your host, Phil Willis, aka JC Servant, the Utah Polygamist, and hoping that all of your future adventures are full of fiery trials. I'll catch you all on the flip side. And again, if you're on Twitch, stand by, because someone's going to win something tonight if they're lucky.
When I see your face, I feel a sun inside me.